What's up, YouTube? Back on Project Predator again. Yeah, I got my switch relocated from up here. My choke's down here now. Just got done building this fancy little bracket. This here is a choke. My choke housing is going to go right about here. It will be under the fender a bit, but you can reach back and pull it with the fender on. I've checked that with my test fenders that I got. And I think it looks pretty good. It's pretty sturdy, so I think it'll be pretty good. Here, I'll show you what I cut it out of and made it out of, actually. It's in the trash now. Here it is. Where did that? There it is. I cut it out of a old headlight pod of a Sportsman 500 by my O2. I believe this actually is. Yeah, this is the one off my O2. And my O2, which is actually still sitting right out there. Yeah. Right next to the Project 800 Razor. I really need to take my Sportsman home. It needs to go home. This one's getting close. I got my radiator hoses at home. I need to bring them. Stupid me. Forgot the rear shock has bearings in it instead of, this one's completely frozen, instead of bushings. So I ordered bushings, and I don't need the bushings. I need the bearings and the O-rings. So I ordered the bearings and the O-rings. I replaced all the tie rod ends. So yeah, here's the rest of the bolts for that shock. These are all the tie rod ends that are shot. I don't want to keep them, I'm just keeping them around here. There's the battery I had in it for time being. I actually purchased this battery here. It's not in here, it's actually in the unit now. Where's that? Yeah, it's the lithium ion battery. And I bought the battery tender for it to keep it charged when I don't drive it, because that'll be a lot. Got the K&N filter cleaned all up. Got the flares pipe on there, like I said in the last video. Yeah, here's what I did. I ended up putting the foam in and putting it in this way. I ran my battery tender. It's not the perfect wiring. I want to actually go through and shorten it a little bit to make it look better. Rerouted this wiring a little bit up here, bent that down, make it look a little more smooth. Took the main power wire and routed it to the solenoid instead of to the battery. It just looks a little cleaner. I believe that's how it's supposed to be. But yeah, I need to really cut these off and put smaller eyelets on, because them are a little bit big. I had to go down here and hook this down here because of the hooking it here. It just fell down and fell off. It wouldn't hold the battery. But right now that battery is not going anywhere. That battery is solid. That battery is really light too, by the way. That battery weighs nothing, and it will fire this machine right off. Yeah. I need to go ahead and pull my brake reservoir off, which is now filled up to the max ply after I replaced the pads on the front and rear. I also got the new A-arms on both sides. Yeah, no more play in the steering. Got my bushings and my shocks. My shocks cleaned up a little bit more too, looking a little better. I got to put my front piece on. Got my back push bar on. I just ran my battery tender wire right here. So yeah, I'll just pull that off, and I'll go plug my battery tender right into it. I think I'm gonna buy another battery tender for my Razor and my Sportsman. God damn, I can't get the little plug in there. There we go. I had to buy the lithium ion tender for this machine, so I got my cover back on. I don't know how long this will stay silver. I think I might paint it red, or clean it up, paint it silver again with new screws. Like I said, this will go here. My choke will be down here, so I can run my trail tack up there. So yeah, I gotta get my trail tack purchased. I also got caps for these. I think I'm about pulling this all apart after I put it back together, just to sand this, sandblast that down so it looks a little better. I went ahead and polished these up. Bug here bugging me. Polished these up. I think I'm gonna take them apart, pull them off, and I'm gonna paint them red just to get a little accent, and then have the centers sandblasted, so basically brushed aluminum. And then I got my caps here Did the Polaris in white, did the paint marker. I put 2 coats, I may be doing another one, I don't know yet. But they look good. That's something you can do that makes things pop. If I do get my whole shot tires, I will definitely be outlining them in white as well. So yeah, I gotta basically heat wrap the back of this hose and this reservoir so this don't get too hot. I really thought about wrapping this pipe, pulling it off and wrapping it, but I don't really want to ruin this gasket yet. I really thought about wrapping the whole pipe from maybe like this point back, but I don't know yet. I think I got enough wrap I could do this section. So I may end up doing this section from here to here just to get that, because it's actually up against the frame right there and I'm not a big fan of that. So yeah, it all depends. I haven't really drove it to see what it does. And I can't remember how far apart the factory pipe is. All I know is that pipe's a lot lighter. See, I think I'm gonna also do that back here. I think I'm gonna pull them hubs out, clean them up, paint them. Or not paint them, but clean them up. And I might paint the back ones, I don't know yet. I would like to paint this like a flat or a gloss black. I really thought about it once I get the shock back in. Started up, put it in first gear and let the clutch out. And take a piece of emery cloth and some sandpaper and just hold it around it and then let it spin. And basically sand itself. It'd be a lot easier. Then tape things up and give it a quick hit of black. Just to make it look good. But I don't know yet, depends. Yeah, I need to bring it. I gotta grease the front arms. I got the Polaris grease. I pretty much buy that and grease everything with Polaris grease. That's supposed to be done with Polaris. Their purple grease. It's their all-season grease. I actually got a tube of it over here. If you guys want to know what it is, there's my sandpaper that I was using. Yeah, all-season grease, pure driven. Focus, there you go. Part number right there, if you're really interested in it. They sell it in the bigger tube, get it in the bigger tube. This is pretty much what I just use for packing or lubing up filters or greasing stuff that just needs grease. It's a leftover tube. So yeah, I'm really happy with that battery. Thing fires right off here. I'll go ahead and start it without that. There's probably not much gas left in the carb bowl. But yeah, see? Fires right off. Runs awesome. Put that back on. Fires up. Runs awesome. Yeah, there's not really much I can complain about right now. It's running good. Sounds good. Things fired right off every day I've tried to start it so far, so that's awesome. My wheels do look a lot better after I polished them up. The whole machine looks a lot better after everything was cleaned up. I've yet to put my front piece on. I need to get it polished up and put it on so it'll look good. Still debating whether to get nets or not. Or not nets, but footwells. I don't know yet. All depends. So yeah, thought I'd give you guys a quick update. I'm going to work a little bit longer here. There's a headlight, lower headlight bezel off of an 850 that I was going to use. It was fuel injected and the choke cable didn't really fit it, but I figured that tab might have worked better. But this piece here I made look pretty good, and after I sanded it up, if I applied some heat to that, you wouldn't even know that wasn't a factory piece, or wouldn't know that this wasn't a factory piece. It looks good. If I remember when I get it on, I'll take a picture of it so you guys can see it. Make sure my choke cable is not laying on the exhaust. The exhaust is a little warm, so yeah, I'll be happy to actually get it done and drive it. Yeah, I think it'll be a fun machine. I'd like to touch up some of the spots in the frame where paint's broken, but we'll worry about that later. So yeah, guys, we'll catch you guys later in the next video, and yeah, hopefully I get that Trail Tack computer so I can actually get some stuff ran. I don't really want to put the plastic on until I put that in and get everything mounted and everything wired up. I think one of these are 12 volts on when the key's on. I'm not real sure. I don't know. I had to space this up. I don't know if you know, I had to space this up about that far. Yeah, that far right there. So, yeah. I'll space it up a little bit. Alright, there, yeah, thank you for autofocusing. So yeah, it looks better with the key down here, personally, I think. But yeah, just because of the key interference, I had to space it up a little bit. And it actually gives more room for the throttle cable and the brake to just relax a little bit more. Everything works good, so we'll catch you guys in the next video. So I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna get back to work maybe for another hour or so, maybe half hour. Put her up for the night, and yeah, see you guys in the next video.